Now, we'll turn the time over to Mr. Ahmed Lemhanna, the Director of the ACI in the Middle East for the Middle East and the North Africa region. Mr. Ahmed, please start.
Thank you, Lujain. Thank you so much. And thank you for everyone, for the attendees and for the panelists for joining us today at this launching event for the academic committee for the Jordan Concrete Association. Without further delay, I just will go directly to the agenda. We will be starting with a welcome message. Dr. Faris, maybe you need just to move the slides, please. Yeah, this is the program. We will be starting with a welcome message from Mr. Nizar Qaqish. He's the JCA president, and also from Mr. Kari Kapuscinski, the ACI president. After that, Dr. Faris Matalqa will be giving us more information about this committee, its mission, its vision, and also for he will be giving more details about the future activities for such a committee. Then we will be having an insightful talk and thoughts from an industry leaders, including Mr. Fawzi Mas'ad, the Vice President of Jordan Engineers Association, and Mr. Hamza Awad, he's the CEO of Raptic Jordani, and also from Mr. Yusuf Al-Tarawni, Executive Director at Isa Jarrad Tarawni Company. At the end, Ms. Kenneth Ward will be giving us more information about the student activities at the ACI international level. And then we will be listening to Siham Al-Shanti ACI story. She's a Jordanian student, master student at the UAE University, and ACI Middle East Fellowship recipients for the last year. So this is our program for the next hour. Here I just will, thank all the founding members, including Dr. Tariq Al-Jafri from Mota University, and Dr. Yasmin Murad from University of Jordan, Dr. Ahmed Tarawni from the Hashemite University, and Dr. Faris Matalqa from Yarmouk University. Thank you all for your efforts to lay down the foundation of the academic committee. Before moving forward, I will introduce Mr. Nizar Qaqish. He's the president of Jordan Concrete Association. He's a member of the JCA since 1990. Currently, Mr. Nizar Qaqish is the partner in Conformity and Equality Institutional Company. He worked for Royal Scientific Society as a researcher, division head, and deputy manager. Mr. Nizar Qaqish, if you are here, the floor is yours. Maybe you need just to, Lujain or Noor, maybe you need to make Mr. Nizar as a panelist. He's in the attendees list.
Yeah, if you could just move Mr. and I think Kenneth also in the panelist.
Yeah.
In the attendees, yes, just, all right.
At least we can see your picture, Mr. Nizar, at one of the events at Yarmouk University. That before the pandemic, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Nizar, you are in the panelist right now. If you can start.
Can you hear me all? Is it?
Yes.
Yes, can you hear me? Okay. No picture. No pictures. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. No, okay, it's okay. Good evening, everyone, and thank you all. Thank you, Engineer Ahmed, and thank you, everyone. Dear guests, thank you all for joining us in the JCA Academic Committee launching webinar. And I would like also to thank ACI President Mr. Kari Kapuscinski and ACI staff for joining us, and our colleagues from the different sectors of the industry. ACI and GCA, both a non-profit organization which seek to develop concrete industry through professional training and transfer technology, providing the civil engineer and students with update knowledge and skills developments are within JCA objectives. The JC Academic Committee will work to achieve these goals, especially for the students. JCA, which is the ACI international partner, is proud to have 4 student ACI chapters in our university: Yarmouk University, Hashemite University, Jordan University, and Mota University. The vision, goals, objectives of the JC Academic Committee will be explained later. Finally, special thanks to Engineer Ahmed Mhanna, Dr. Tariq Jaafri, Dr. Yasmin Murad, Dr. Ahmed Tarawni, and Dr. Firas Matalga for their efforts and hard work. Thank you all again, hoping this webinar will be a great value to all of you. JCA is willing to cooperate with all concerned parties to help our students and the industry. Allow me to speak a few words in Arabic. يسعدني أن أرحب بكم جميعا في إقامة فعالية انطلاقة اللجنة الأكاديمية لجمعية الخرسانة الأردنية، وسوف يقدم زملائي شرح مفصل عن أهداف ونشاطات هذه اللجنة. ويشرفنا في جمعية الخرسانة الأردنية، والتي هي الشريك الاستراتيجي لمعهد الخرسانة الأمريكي، وجود 4 ACI Student Chapters in Jordan، والمتواجدة في جامعة اليرموك وجامعة الهاشمية والجامعة الأردنية وجامعة موتا. وأتوجه بالشكر الجزيل إلى كل من المهندس أحمد مهنا، دكتور فارس مطالقة، دكتور طارق الجعفرة، ودكتور ياسمين مراد، والدكتور أحمد الطراوني على جهودهم المميزة لإنشاء هذه اللجنة، آملا أن تكون هذه البداية الطيبة نقطة انطلاق لمزيد من العمل لتشجيع ودعم طلابنا الأعزاء والقطاع الصناعي. أكرر شكري لكم جميعا، وأؤكد أن جمعية الخرسانة الأردنية تهدف إلى خدمة ورفع مستوى المهندس الأردني والتعاون مع كافة الأطراف ذات العلاقة. وشكرا لكم مرة أخرى. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Nizar, for this introduction and for your continuous support at JCA level for student chapters in Jordan. Now let me introduce Mr. Kari Kopusensky, President of American Concrete Institute. Kari is the 98th president of the ACI, and he is the founding principal of CKC, Kari Kopusensky and Company Structural Engineering Company, based in Seattle, Washington. If I will introduce Kari as he always introduced himself, he's a son of a general contractor who spent most of his summer break at job site from state to state. Is that correct, Kari? The floor is yours.
That's correct. That is correct. Very well
Please
done.
Go ahead.
Well, thank you, Ahmad, for that very kind introduction. And hello to all of our friends with the Jordan Concrete Association. My name is Kari Kopusensky. I'm the current ACI president, and I appreciate the invitation to join you today. You know, the American Concrete Institute extends far beyond America. In fact, we have over 30,000 members in more than 100 countries. And we greatly value the input of all of our membership from all over the world. What makes ACI such a vital and dynamic organization is that we truly are cosmopolitan and global in nature. I want to talk to you briefly about a few new initiatives from ACI to give you just an overview of what ACI is doing and what we're up to. One of them that's very, very exciting, and you've probably already heard of this, and perhaps you've even used it, but we converted 318, our building code, ACI 318, to a digital online platform. And the beauty of that is that you can go through the code online, and every one of the sections in the code has clickable links to background information that helped in the development of that code provision. So for example, if you're working with a shear provision or a flexural provision or anything else in the code, there will be links adjacent to that code provision that you can click on, and then you can go to other resources that are relevant to those requirements. They might be from the Manual of Concrete Practice, from research papers, or other sources. So a very, very powerful tool. It helps build a better understanding of the code. It provides a lot of background for the building code, and we think that it will be very well received. We're hearing already that it's welcome from the industry. The other thing we did just this year in our most recent convention is we rolled out what we call a Center of Excellence. And our first Center of Excellence is for the purpose of non-metallic reinforcing. And the great thing about the Center of Excellence concept is that it allows focus, it allows development of a mission, vision, and value statement for a particular topic. We will have full-time staff within that Center of Excellence, and their purpose is going to be to help develop the proper use of non-metallic reinforcing. We also envision that going forward, there will be future centers of excellence developed. We don't know exactly what those topics are yet, but we do believe that the original NEX Center of Excellence is a wonderful template to use into the future. I would like to close by saying that my understanding is that the majority of attendees are students, and I find that very heartening because you are the future of ACI, and you are the future of our industry. It's to the students that I would say, you're in the most wonderful industry possible. There is nothing more gratifying, having spent my life designing buildings and working with reinforced concrete of all types. I can tell you that it's very, very gratifying. It's an industry that is in evolutionary change, and that change will be created and purposed by all of you, all of the younger people who are part of this call. So thank you all for attending. Again, I really appreciate the opportunity to make a few comments. I hope you have a great conference, and good evening to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you for being here with us today, for your support, and for this updates about the ACI. And I just wanted to add one thought here that we were discussing just before joining this webinar, that we know that the pandemic hits all of us all around the world, more or less the same, at the same level. But the pandemic positive side is, forcing us to use the virtual means of communications. I believe without online meetings, I don't think that this committee will be formed or established, and I can tell more than one story from the region here. And of course, we will not be able to meet you all from different cities all around the Jordan and all around the region. So thank you, Carrie, for being here with us today.
You're very welcome.
And you are free to leave. I know that this is a weekend day. You are in the office and you have more than one commitment. So, and sometimes we will continue in Arabic. So please feel free to leave anytime.
All right. Well, bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you again.
Yeah. Have a great conference.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed Mhanna, Carrie, and Nizar Qaqish. Now we'll turn our heads to Dr. Faris Matalga, the advisor at the Yarmouk University Student Chapter. Please, Dr. Faris.
Thank you, Lujane. Thank you, Ahmed and Mr. Carey and everybody for joining us today. I will be talking Arabic and English because I think Kenneth is still here, so we need to combine both languages. So the main vision for the committee is to be a monitoring group and place where every student who is interested in concrete can find resources, support and connection. الرؤية الرئيسية من هذه اللجنة إنه نكون مكان يعني يحتضن الطلاب المهتمين في مجال الخرسانة ونزودهم بالمصادر والمراجع وحتى الكونكشن مع قطاع الصناعة. The mission of the committee is to plan, develop, and implement all means of activities and meetings to enrich student knowledge in concrete and to advance their leadership skills. Again, الرسالة لعمل فعاليات قد تكون مهمة جدا للطلاب في مجال زيادة معلوماتهم في مجال الخرسانة. بنحكي عن طلاب السيفل انجينير mainly وكمان زيادة قدراتهم ومهاراتهم نسميها soft skills أو leadership skills. So we have two main goals for the committee. The first one is to provide a forum where professionals, researchers, and educators can share information to expand students' network within the industry and academia. And the second main goal is to provide students with the tools to successfully develop presentation and public speaking skills and prepare students from Jordan, hopefully for leading roles within the local and international association and organization. So again, we are working in the basically اتجاهين. الاتجاه الأول زيادة معرفة الطلاب في مجال الخرسانة ومحاولة ربط طلاب الهندسة المدنية في الاندستري، وكذلك العمل على تحسين قدراتهم في الليدرشيب والسكيلز بشكل عام. As we can see in this map, ACI has more than, I don't know, Kenneth, correct me if I'm wrong, more than 200 student chapters in the world, most of them in North America, North and South America, as it can be seen in the left map. Where in the Middle East, we have about 15 student chapters. There are 4 in Jordan, 4 in United Arab Emirates, 2 in Lebanon, 1 or 2 in Iraq, and 1 in Saudi Arabia. So the first ACI student chapter in Jordan was established in 2019 at Yarmouk University. I think followed by a student chapter at University of Jordan, then Mota University, and recently Hashemite University. So, and we are now working with the help of other universities to establish more student chapters. So Jordan is becoming really a leading country in the region to increase the family of ACI in the Middle East. So credit goes actually to Mr. Ahmed Mhanna, Dr. Tariq, Dr. Yasmin, and Dr. Ahmed Tarawne for their help in really establishing the student chapter and spreading the word for the ACI in the region. The last thing I would like to talk about the future plan for this committee. We will be hosting technical and leadership webinar series, organizing local and regional student competitions, producing articles to be published in the ACI magazine. So we will be helping students to really start writing articles for their maybe graduation project or any research area and publish in the Concrete International magazine. Most important one is the translation of some documents to Arabic language. This task really will be helpful not only for Jordan, but also for the Middle East, where English could be a barrier for using the ACI code. And the last one is helping students to nominate a project from Jordan to participate in the ACI Excellent Concrete Construction Award. And maybe Kenneth will be helping us really to tell the student about several competition, not only the excellent, but also several competition in the ACI. So بمعنى آخر احنا فعليا راح نساعد الطلاب الهندسة المدنية في عمل محاضرات ومؤتمرات للتوعية ومشاركة مسابقات بين الجامعات الأردنية، وكذلك ممكن عمل أبحاث نوعية من قبل الطلاب، قد يكون من جامعة معينة وقد يكون من مجموعة جامعات لعمل ورقة علمية تنشر في مجلة عالمية مثل الCI ماجازين. كذلك ترجمة بعض الوثائق المتعلقة بالكود، وهذا يعني ترجمة للغة العربية قد يساعد زي ما حكينا بعض الدول، ممكن في سوريا، في اليمن، في الأردن، في بعض الدول اللي بيكون فعلا اللغة الإنجليزية عائق لاستخدام بعض الكود. وكذلك مساعدة طلاب في الجامعات الأردنية لترشيح مشاريع لمشاركة في مسابقات ال ACI. So that's it for me, and thank you. Lujain, going back to Lujain. You are muted. Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Faris. Great. Now I will leave you with Mr. Ahmed Mhanna to discuss the points that our presenters are going to present today. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Faris. Thank you, Lujain. I'm not sure if Mr. Fawzi Masad, he's with us, because I know that he has some technical problems to join today. So I'm not sure if is he with us today, Lujain? No, he's
not in the panelist. I'm not sure if he's
because I know that he told me that there is some technical issues with joining the webinar. Let's move with our next speaker. Just make okay. So let me introduce Engineer Hamza Awad. He's the CEO and board member of Arabtech Jordani Group, AE Business Forum board member there, and he's a board member in multiple companies in Jordan and in the region. Araptech Jordani is a well-known engineering firm here in the region. Thank you, Mr. Hamza, for being with us. And I will not talk a little more about your slides because I really enjoyed them. It's about the beginner guide. I love the title. So the floor is yours, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ahmed. Can you hear me well?
Go ahead, yeah, please.
Okay, thank you, everyone. It's really my pleasure to contribute to this event. We are committed as a group, as Araptech Jordani, to participate in similar events for the development of our students and Jordanian chapters. I'm also proud to know that there are four Jordanian chapters, and I really would like to see more and more in Jordan Jordanian chapters of American Concrete Institutes, and hopefully in the future we would become as a regional leader in Jordan for the ACI for other countries, as you mentioned, like Iraq, Syria, and other places in the region. I would start with giving you a quick introduction on Araptech Jordani. If you move to the next slide, please. I wouldn't spend so much time. Araptech Jordani is a group that was established 60 years ago. The group is a multidisciplinary engineering firm that does all architectural and engineering services. And we are proud as well to be ranked as one of the top 25 consultants in the world in the healthcare industry, as well as one of the top 25 health education consultants in the engineering industry. And this is worldwide, as well as one of the top 200 international designs worldwide in all sectors. We have around 800 staff members, around 200 in Jordan and 600 outside Jordan. We are a regional conglomerate, and we have 9 offices outside Jordan. So I wouldn't spend so much time on this. I would go to the next slide, and here I would like to share with the beginners what we call the T-shaped individual criteria. We, as Araptech Jordani, whenever we look at any beginner or any junior engineer to join Araptech Jordani, we look at 2 things, or we concentrate on 2 things. One is the breadth of knowledge, and the second one is the technical depth of the knowledge of that beginner. So in reality, we would like always for the beginners to have excellent expertise in the technical area that they specialize in, but as well the breadth of knowledge that comes from multiple things. One, as an example, we like to see that whoever as a beginner would have excellent character. As an example, he's a hard worker, self-motivated, confident of whatever he is going to be presenting. The grades, of course, is an essential part of that, as well as their abilities to present good communication skills, and their ability to do presentations in front of people and communicate with their team members, with clients, in their projects or in their assignments. And that constitutes the breadth of knowledge that we would like for the beginners to be somehow mastering or spending energy on, not only the technical depth, which I will concentrate in the next slide. So I would advise each and every beginner is to first of all to understand what is the market looking for. The market, what is the market concentrates on, locally or regionally? How they should present themselves that have that breadth of knowledge, as well as the technical depth in each and every assignment or or interview they conduct somehow. I would like also to mention here that, as an example, if I want to hire a structural engineer in our firm, we would like, let's say, first of all, he or she will submit their CV. We will receive it. Okay, as an example, we will see that the grades are 3 and above out of 4. Then we will call them for an interview. And in the interview, we will be looking at these 2 dimensions, the breadth of knowledge and the technical depth. The breadth of knowledge, all the factors that I have mentioned here, and the technical depth is in the next slide, if you don't mind to go to that. The technical depth, of course, should, as an example, or any engineer would need to understand what are the fit factors between him or her and the organization they are supplying for. As an example, if you are a structural engineer and coming to submit or your CV or called for an interview, you need to reflect your ability to work on different software programs like ETAB, SAFE, the different software that all of you are aware. You should be able to present your knowledge in earthquake design, reinforced concrete design, analysis, as well as drafting. Some of you will, as an example, one of the fit factors could be presenting your ability to do steel design if the firm is looking for steel design, or your ability to do projects with seismic considerations if you are specialized in that area and the company is looking for that. And of course, your ability to write and present technical reports and presentations, because usually in most of the cases, you will present the design with reports. Finally, I would like to state here that we are in a continuously changing market conditions, and you as a candidate have to differentiate yourself to be able to be selected. Number one. Number two, you need always to think of one thing. Don't always look for a job at one of the companies. Look for a job that you can create your business in, and then all companies will look at. So look for your business ideas and become an entrepreneur in something, and others will look at you and will spend energy to try and hire you. And if they don't hire you, then you will have a successful business and you will be able to build your career forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hamza.
Thank you, Mr. Hamza. Thank you. I have just 2 comments on your presentation. That one of the main objectives of this committee is to work on developing the soft skills of the students through the ACI student chapter. So thank you for just pressing that point. The other thing, maybe later on, we were discussing at the committee members that maybe we will be hosting a webinar talking just about what should be learned at the school from the beginning. Shall we learn ETAB or those kind, or the fashion of BIM these days? So just those thoughts. So thank you so much for being here also and sharing those ideas. I think the students are really have many questions now. Next, I just will introduce Mr. Youssef Al-Tarawni, Executive Director of Isa Jarad Al-Tarawni Company, a well-figured contracting company in Jordan. He's a JCA member, attending all JCA events, and a big supporter for us. Engineer Youssef will share his thoughts on his evaluation on the level of the fresh graduate of civil engineering students or engineers. And I just will read the thought in Arabic, then you can, Engineer Yusuf, tell us about that. يعني من وجهة نظرك مهندس يوسف كمدير عام لشركة مقاولات رائدة في الأردن، يعني ما هي ملاحظاتكم وتقييمكم لمستوى طلاب الهندسة المدنية بشكل عام الذين يعملون في شركتكم والذين تقابلونهم من خلال المشاريع اللي بتنفذوها؟ وما هو أيضا دور الشركات المقاولات ودور النقابة بإكساب المهندسين المهارات الأساسية لتأهيلهم لقطاع المقاولات المحلي أو الإقليمي أو حتى العالمي؟ فشكرا لك على وجودك معنا وتفضل.
حياك الله. مساء الخير للجميع. أشكرك مهندس أحمد وأشكر جميع القائمين على هذه الندوة القيمة العلمية والفنية. إحنا عندنا بالقطاع المقاولات وقطاع الإنشاءات غالبا عندنا مشكلة مع النقابات. احنا نبدأ من النقابات وفيها بخل وفيها تقصير لمتابعة المهندسين سواء حديثين التخرج أو ما قبل التخريج. يعني هم إذا تحدثنا عن آخر 2 أو 3 سنوات على مقاعد الدراسة بالجامعات لطلاب الهندسة، نحكي المدنية أو كافة أنواع الهندسة. فالطالب عندما ينتهي من الجامعة ويتخرج ويبدأ بالبحث الآن عن وظيفة وعن عمل، ويكون الهدف له في هذه اللحظة هو البحث عن وظيفة ومصدر رزق، لكن يتفاجأ أنه السوق بحاجة إلى خبرات، والخبرات هذه غير متوفرة ببساطة. ونحن كأصحاب شركات تعرف لما يكون عندنا مشاريع بنطلب ناس معهم خبرة. في هناك لازم يكون تواصل بين وزارة الأشغال العامة وبين نقابة المهندسين المقاولين على الأقل بالسنة الأولى أو الثانية من حيث الدعم المادي للمهندس نفسه الخريج. انه يعني بتعرف انت عندك مقابلات على مدار الساعه بدها تكون، بده ياخذ دورات، بده يروح على مشاريع، لو عنده يعني هنقول دفع ذاتي لحاله حتى يروح يتفرج على مشروع سواء قريب لمنطقه سكنه او قريب ل بغض النظر، او هو بده يمشي يبحث. زياده العدد المهندسين ادى الى تراجع النوعيه الفنيه. يعني احنا بنقابل ناس للاسف الشديد ما عندهم اللغه الهندسيه، ما عندهم اللغه العقديه بالمشاريع. اذا تحدثنا عن قطاع الانشاءات بشكل عام، يعني احنا لما جينا نقابل مهندس مدني بنقول احنا السنه الاولى لسه خريج والسنه الثانيه خريج، لكن للاسف احنا بنقابل ناس عندهم خبرات 5 سنوات فما فوق. عنده فيها مشكله، عنده مشكله بالمقابلات بالنواحي الفنيه. بالاعمال المساحيه مهندسين عندنا مشكله بهذا الجانب نفس الشيء. هذا طبعا تعرف انت خاصه بعد الدراسه عن بعد راح انا في الناحيه العمليه للمستقبل. يعني احنا هنقول اللي قابلناهم لسه ما تخرجوش من اللي درسوا عن بعد، لكن عندنا مشكله فعليا في المقابلات. نحن بحاجه الى تدريب الناس على مقاعد الدراسه وخاصه اخر 2 سنين وتدريبهم اول 2 سنين، وهذه مسؤوليه ان تقع على عاتق النقابات المهنيه وخاصه نقابتي المقاولين والمهندسين. لانه احنا يعني انا عضو في لجان في نقابه المقاولين ومشارك في نقابه المهندسين في بعض اللجان. عندنا مشكله في المشاركات الفرديه، عندنا مشكله بالدورات اللي بتصير. يعني احنا بيجينا ناس معهم دورات ورقيه بس انه والله معي كرتون، لكن لما تفحصوا او تقابله تساله بالمعلومات الفنيه في عنده اشكاليه كبيره ما راح يستمر لقدام. حتى اذا جينا نفكر نصدر مهندسنا الاردني للاقليم او للخارج، يجب انه احنا نشتغل عليه شغل جيد من حيث اللغه الفنيه واللغه الهندسيه اللي يكون جوابه هندسي. احنا بتعرف اليوم الامكانيات اللي عند المهندسين اصبحت قليله جدا لاسباب عديده انا ذكرتها بالبدايه، اللي هي عدم اخذ الدورات العمليه. الجمعيه العلميه الملكيه لازم يكون لها دور بهذا الموضوع. لازم ينفرض، يعني لازم بقصدها باللازم الهندسي مش لازم الاجباري، انه انا كمهندس بدي ابحث عن فرصه عمل المستقبل. وفي عندي ناس للامانه ناخذ الجانب الايجابي خبرتهم 1 سنة و2 عندهم خبرات وعندهم معلومات فنيه هندسيه مع او على السوشيال ميديا وعلى الكمبيوتر افضل من المهندسين اللي لهم عشرات السنين او نقول 10 سنوات. لكن بحاجه الى خبره، بحاجه الى دعم. نقابه المهندسين عندها ايضا الان حتى احنا شركات المقاولات نسجل معنا مهندسين، بنميل للناس المتقاعدين، يعني واحد متقاعد من وزاره الاشغال او من القطاع العام او القطاع العسكري بس لتكمله العدد. لكن يجب ان يكون هناك فرض لتشغيل مهندسين متدربين، وليس خيار يكون خيار ان انا مقاول، وهذا اللي بحكيه يتضارب مع مصالحنا كنقابه مقاولين انه نشغل ناس اجباري، لكن احنا نحط لهم خطه نستفيد منهم بعد 5 سنوات، نلقاهم عند اي مقاول، نلقاهم بالبلد، نلقاهم لجهات التصدير. حتى لو بدنا نصدر مهندسنا او مقاولنا وروحوا كاملين، عندنا بكره اعاده اعمار بسوريا، اعاده اعمار بالعراق، اعاده اعمار باليمن، اعاده اعمار بليبيا. هذا برامج اعاده الاعمار بدك انت مهندس قوي، مقاول متمكن، وفاهمين على بعضهم، لغتنا على بعضنا بنفهمها. انا بكره كمقاول بدي اطلع على اشتغل بالعراق، يعني مش لازم اخذ معي مهندسين اردنيين يفهموا علي اللغه اللي انا بحكيها، ليس اللغه الفنيه، لكن الخطاب بينه وبينه سهل. في عندنا شح في الفرص العمل، هذا واضح، هذا دور وزاره العمل بالتشغيل، لكن احنا لا نبحث عن توظيف الناس. احنا عندنا الان قيمه فنيه موجوده، مهندسين عددهم الان ما عندي الرقم، لكن نتحدث عن فوق ال 100,000 مهندس، في منهم 20,000 30,000 يبحثون عن فرص عمل. كل ما بيمشي سنه سنتين لقدام بدون اي تدريب او تعليم او ممارسه راح يفقد اللي يتعلموا بالجامعه، ويلحقوا انه هو الان يصبح بعد سنتين او 3 يبحث عن لقمه عيش، مش عن فنيات. هذا الموضوع اللي انا كنت حاب يعني اطرح فيه. الدورات ممتازه اللي باخذوها الان بطرحوها اونلاين، لكن ما بتنعكس على الجانب العملي، ما بتنعكس على الجانب العملي اللي موجود بالمقابلات. يعني بالمقابلات بالجامعه علاماته جيده، لكن باللغه الفنيه ما عم بتجاوب معنا زي ما احنا بنساله الاسئله ويجاوبنا فيها زي ما هي. وشكرا جزيلا وشكرا لحسن الاستماع.
مشكور مهندس يوسف. يعني انت
الله يسلمك.
زي ما بيحكوا بالعربي حطيتك على الجرح. احنا حقيقه في هذه اللجنه احد اهدافها اللي هي تقريب وجهات النظر بين مختلف القطاعات، سواء النقابات او حتى شركات او حتى الوزارات. لكن احنا كمؤسسه مجتمع مدني، خلينا اسميها كجمعيه الخرسانه، ما بنقدر نعمل الا نشتغل على الطالب نفسه، نحاول نعطيه الفرص المتاحه، نرفع الليفل، نرفع المستوى بالتعاون مع الدكاتره اللي موجود معنا، بالتعاون مع امثال حضرتك، مع المهندس عواد، مع جميع اللي بيشاركوا وبيدعموا هذه الامور. واعتقد بالمستقبل القريب يعني راح يتم دعوه اللي بيحب يشارك معنا في هذه اللجنه. اكيد يعني الباب مفتوح، ونشوف كيف ممكن نطور ونشوف كيف ندعم الطلاب. So thank you so much for the thoughts, and I think we will be in touch for more cooperation inshallah rabbil alamin. Now I will be moving to Kenneth. Just to give you, Kenneth, we were talking about the problems in Jordan that fresh graduate engineers are facing. I think you have an idea about what we are talking about. Kenneth, thank you for coming today. Kenneth Ward, she's a student faculty young professional activities coordinator at ACI, and she's dealing almost with 17,000 ACI student members. Is the number correct, Kenneth?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Do you have emails from how many? 5,000, 10,000? How many emails do you have from the students around the world? I mean.
Not a lot of emails. I usually do the emails. I send an email to the students once a month, so that's I'm usually the one that's communicating.
Yeah. So thank you for being with us, and the floor is yours, please.
Thank you for having me. As Ahmad has said, we do have about 17,000 student members, and currently 249 student chapters all around the world. So we're very pleased to have the universities from Jordan to join the ACI family. A few events that I want to tell you about are programs that we have that are opportunities for your universities to engage are on the screen as you see before you. One of the main ways that you all can get engaged is by participating in our student competitions. We have 2 team-based competitions every year for the undergraduate level students. And so right now with our upcoming convention, if you were not already aware, in October, ACI will have our concrete convention. It will be in person in Atlanta, Georgia, USA. However, all the student events will be virtual, including the student competition. We're actually going to host the Eco Concrete competition. And again, that will be 100% virtual. So all the universities from Jordan that are represented today, that means that you all have an opportunity to participate right from your home, and you all will be able to communicate by Zoom or however you plan to participate in this event. But on July 15th, next month, we will actually have a webinar about the Eco Concrete competition that you can join, and it will give you more information about the event. You can ask questions to the chair if you don't understand something in the rules. But if you actually go to our website right now at www.concrete.org/students, which is listed at the bottom of this slide, you can get more information about the Eco Concrete competition. You can sign up for the webinar. And again, the webinar is July 1st. The actual registration deadline for the Eco Concrete competition is September 1st. So I encourage all of you all to start communicating with your other students and form a team of a minimum of 2 students, a maximum of 8 students, and you'll have an opportunity to compete for cash prizes in that competition. The other program that I want you all to know about is if you all would like an opportunity to physically travel to the US and participate in a competition, we do have a competition travel stipend program. It will award up to $5,000 to university teams to pay for air travel, hotel expenses, and things like that. That's available for our upcoming competition in the spring of 2022. That competition in March of next year will be in Orlando, Florida. And we actually will be near the Disney World property. We will see fiber reinforced concrete bowling ball competition. So if you all have ever participated in a bowling ball competition locally or ever seen our videos about the bowling ball competition, be the event for the coming spring. And again, there'll be an opportunity for you to apply for a travel stipend for the ability to actually travel here and compete in person with other universities. The program that you see featured in the middle of the slide is the ACI University Award Program. That's something that you all can start participating in right now, because for this particular school year, from January to December of 2021, there's an opportunity for your university or your student chapter to gain points from planning events such as virtual meetings, in-person meetings, if you're participating in local student competitions, if you're participating in events that are hosted by our international partners in Jordan or other chapters, there's an opportunity for you to actually get points that will win you one of those banners that you see on the screen. The blue one is the Excellent University Award banner, the orange University Award banner. And again, you'll get points for any activities that you conduct in this 2021 school year. The other opportunity for you to participate in ACI is by submitting concrete related papers. We have 2 journals, the ACI Structural Journal, the ACI Materials Journal. We do encourage students to submit their research papers to those journals. A lot of times students feel like your work isn't as valued as someone who might be an expert working on the field, but we definitely publish a lot of student papers every single year in our 2 journals, as well as in our magazine, which is called Concrete International. The other thing that you might be interested in is presenting at one of our conventions. So if you need to get travel funding from your university and you would like to present your research in person at an ACI Concrete convention, as an undergraduate student and a graduate student, And if you go to our website under events, there is a section called Call for Papers. We currently have a call for papers that is listed where you can submit your abstracts as an undergraduate student for a chance to present in spring of 2022 at our Concrete convention. It's called the Undergraduate Research Session, and that's an event that I believe the deadline is November 30th, and you can submit your paper interested in those events. But again, I send emails to the students once a month. So if you ever see my name, Connect Worlds, listed on an email from ACI, please open that. That has all the information that you need about competition, opportunities to submit papers, as well as next month, our scholarship and fellowship program will open. And we do have scholarships and fellowships specifically for students in the Middle East region. And I believe that does include the undergraduate and graduate level students. So I encourage you all to visit that website that I mentioned before, www.g/students. That will take you to our student portal, and you can see all the opportunities that are available for students. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Kenneth. I didn't think that we combine all those information in less than 5 minutes, but well done. Thank you. Thank you. Let me introduce now Siham Shanti. Siham Shanti will telling us about her story with the ACI. Siham, she's a Jordanian student. I think your master's degree at the UAE University here in UAE, the Middle East Fellowship recipient last year, 2021, and the floor is yours, Siham.
Hello, everyone. I'm very glad that I'll be sharing my ACI story with the Jordanian Concrete Association. I feel like home for some reason. Actually, my story started when I was a bachelor student and I took the first concrete technology. Then all the materials covered were related to the ACI, the codes that the ACI assigned for us to design the concrete. I was curious to know about the ACI. Started to look online for this institution, and I found the free ACI student membership. So I signed up for it, and I kept on receiving emails that had the latest concrete technologies and development, which helped me a lot in my bachelor studies and in my graduation project. It was like a source for me to know more about concrete. I continued then my academic journey, and I kept on receiving emails from the ACI. One day I received a life-changing email, literally a life-changing email. The ACI was offering for the first time the Middle East Fellowship for students who are studying in the Gulf region. So without thinking, I directly applied for it, and I got accepted to be interviewed at the ACI convention in Quebec City of Canada. I went there, and when I went there, I knew that I would never cut my connection with the ACI. Actually, the convention itself is enough to give you all the information needed about the concrete in a simple yet fun way. I had to meet industry professionals. I had insightful conversation with them. Also, I met students from my age and from my background who share the same passion and knowledge. Which made me feel comfortable. And I got introduced to Engineer Ahmed Mhanna, who helped me to get more involved with the ACI by joining the ACI UAE chapter. When I went back to the UAE, I started on attending regular monthly meetings that were held in Dubai. And at the same time, I received an email from the ACI that I did not want the ACI fellowship. But actually, from what I experienced in the ACI convention, I did not want to lose my connection with, and I wanted to be a family of this institution. So I kept on attending the regular meetings. And to be honest, the ACI did not only give me knowledge, it changed my personality as well, and it gave me communication skill. I'm a type of person that is shy, and I have difficulties in conveying my thoughts. So because of the ACI, I was able to share my thoughts with industry professionals who had more knowledge than me and more experience without hesitations. And they were motivators. They encouraged me to apply again for the next cycle. I applied again and I won the award, finally. And I kept on attending webinars, seminars, and meetings. I also felt sorry for the students who are not familiar with the ACI. They are missing a lot. So I contacted Ms. Kanti, and I wanted to join the ACI Collegiate Council, where we work hard to encourage students to be more involved with the ACI and to meet their needs. So I started to encourage students at my university and participated in forming the ACI student chapter. And from the meetings I have attended because of the ACI, I would like to share this with you. I've gained a full scholarship to continue my PhD studies in one of the state's universities. So I feel like I owe the ACI a lot. They not only raised my knowledge and my concrete background, but they also gave me communication skills. They made me feel more responsible. They gave me this leadership vibes. So, and I will listen always to my dad's advice. He told me, when you go to study abroad, don't lose your connection with the ACI, because you will really get benefit from them. And that's it. If you have any questions, you can ask them. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Siham. Thank you for sharing your story with us. And I believe, if I'm not correct, the second cycle will be starting soon. The application will open July 1st. Am I correct, Siham?
Yeah. If you want, I can tell them the benefits they can get from being.
Yeah, please tell just within 2 minutes, if you can tell us more about this fellowship, the ACI Middle East Fellowship. You know, the conditions, what they need to, how to apply, and those sort of things, please.
Actually, for the ACI Middle East Fellowship, it was only for the Gulf countries. Now, from this year and the coming years, it extended to include Arab countries, and Jordan is one of the countries that they will take students from. You can apply from it by Google it, Open Fellowship ACI, and there are all the required documents. You should have your official transcripts in English, and it's a very easy procedure. You can do it within like 5 hours. You can fill it and you can submit it. If you need any help, you can contact me and I can for it. The benefits you will get from being an ACI fellowship recipient is you will get $10,000, I guess. Yeah, $10,000. That's what I got. And you will be recognized in the ACI Concrete magazine. Also, you will have the ability to attend to convention from the ACI. All the travel expenses is covered by the ACI. And when you go to the convention, you will know what I mean with the convention. So don't miss this opportunity. راح أحكي بالعربي شوي. إنه قدموا عليها، لأنه أولها هيك بتشوفوا الموضوع صعب وأنا راح أقدم وراح أروح أجيب من الجامعة ترانسكريبت وهيك، بس لما تقدموا وتروحوا هناك راح حتشوفوا إنه شيء غير عن اللي نحن بنشوفه، حتشوفوا إنه كيف الناس هناك مع إنهم كتير ممكن يكون أنا طالبة وهو مثلا دايركتور CEO، بس بيحكي معاكم بنفس المستوى، بخلوكم تحسوا حالكم إنه أنتم more confident even if you were students. وهياتها يعني منيحة.
For all attendees, Kenneth just shared the website for ACI Foundation in the chat box, and the fellowship application started from July 1st till November 1st, 2021. And it is for graduate students. That means graduate students, the students who are pursuing their master or PhD degree in any university in Gulf states, Jordan, Iraq, Lebanon, Egypt, and North African countries like Morocco, Algeria, Libya, and Tunisia. For an attendee, if you feel that you will be able to fill the application, have any difficulties, please reach out to me or to Siham, and we will be assisting you in filling that application. Thank you, Siham, for your thoughts. Thank you for all the attendees. Thank you for the panelists with us.
Ahmed, I
please.
think Engineer Sami Habahbe, he would like to talk about some thoughts. Mohandas Sami.
Yeah, we have 2 minutes. Please go ahead.
Yeah, because he was talking about rule of Jam'iyya al-Ilmiyya al-Malakiyya. I'm not sure if he can hear us right now. Mohandas
You
Sami.
need just to make him as a panelist, then.
Yes, he is now the panelist. I think, I don't know. Okay, maybe he's not really hearing us right now.
Yeah, I read his. As I said, that this is just a start for this committee, and we will be, you know, cooperating with everyone, Royal Scientific Society, Jordan Engineer Associations, the Contractors Association in Jordan, everyone, of course, the universities, in order to deliver the best for our students. We are here just to assist and to assist our students in all levels. Thank you all for joining us today. I hope that it was giving you more thoughts about our committee, and you are more welcome to join. So any last message from Lujain?
Nothing. Great, Mr. Faris and all the presenters. Thank you all for your work and for the advices you gave to our students. Thank you, our attendees, for attending this webinar. We'll see you next time, inshallah.